Okay, so we have some really weird Pokemon news to talk about today because the TCG Solgaleo GX box and Lunala GX box have been massively delayed. So let's get into the information. We now have exclusive images of October's GX box launches. Each box will come with new foil promos of Solgaleo GX or Lunala GX. A jumbo version will be available. However, the two boxes were originally going to be released on March 23rd, but have now been delayed all the way back to October 5th. The delay was likely caused by saturated release schedule. The upcoming Legendary Year of Pokemon will be featuring legendaries in special TCG products. So Galio and Lunala GX are from the ones in Japan that were released on November 10th, so we'll be getting the cards almost a year after Japan. What? Okay, so I think we need a minute just to kind of break down what happened here. But March all the way to October on a TCG product release. Like, what's the point of even releasing it at all then by that point? And there was no other place it could be put. And they just had to throw it all the way back there. And this is coming off of something that was released back in November in Japan. So we actually have all the details about this as well. Now, the interesting thing is you could either get it as the starter deck or a premium edition of the starter deck, which will come with a Lycanroc and Rockruff promo, as well as 8 booster packs. So a little closer to the box on the premium edition, but I mean, still, that is a massive delay, and that's going along with the legendary Pokemon distributions because of the year of legendary Pokemon that we are now in from the Pokemon Company. And we already have little teases to this. Like, if you remember watching the trailer, no, they didn't show much, but they promised that, you know, there's going to be TCG products based around the legendary Pokemon event. Now, we don't know how deep this is going to go into the sets, because recently we had the Shining Legends TCG set, and the Shining Legends TCG set actually had quite a bit of legendary Pokemon sprinkled in, also some of them being the ones that are kind of a part of the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon events as well. So we have Reshiram. Well, Zekrom and Reshiram are going to be the distributions for the legendary Pokemon event, so it's kind of hard to see, like, if they would do a new set and then just kind of already repeat some of the legendary prints that we've already seen. But yeah, we had just all over the place. Virizion, Shaman, so also giving us shining Pokemon of mythicals, like we have Shining Mew, Shining Jirachi, we have other mythical Pokemon that are not tied in to the year of legendary Pokemon, and then some of the ones that people have been talking about, like the Mewtwo GX, and then we have Entei, Zoroark, Mewtwo, all kinds of crazy stuff like that. So it's weird that we have a Legends TCG set and then we go into the year of legendary Pokemon, and now this is causing a product to be delayed. I don't really know what's going on. I'm wondering if the Pokemon Company just kind of came up with the year of legendary Pokemon on the spot to try to boost Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, because Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon hasn't really been doing too well, and then I guess this was like a way of making it all work out. Hey, you can get all the legendary Pokemon anyways, so go back into your game, catch all the legendaries through the Ultra Wormhole, and you should be good to go. So going a bit more into the details, because remember, this was 2 weeks ago when we had the legendary Pokemon announcement, so in that time, there's been like pre-releases for Ultra Prism and a lot more information coming out, but February is the release of Ultra Prism, which heavily features Sinnoh Pokemon. This matches up with the Sinnoh legendary distributions in February and March. Dialga, Palkia, Regigigas, Heatran, so we have that coming up, and then we have Forbidden Light, which is a Kalos set for the Japanese set, which is going to be coming out in May. This matches up with the Kalos legendary distributions and June, Xerneas, Yveltal, Zygarde. So yeah, that is kind of interesting how it does line up with that. And then we have Raikou and Entei. Well, Entei, that was already from the Shining Legends set and just kind of finds like this nice little downtime to kind of squeeze itself in there. So we don't know if this is going to be necessarily representative of the trend, but yeah, the timing is kind of crazy across the board. Shining Legends did have Latios, so that could maybe be just a little awkward. I see that they could use that as a release point for Latios, because I don't think Latios has been released for 7th generation. We go Reshiram, Zekrom, Ho-Oh, Lugia. So I think it's mostly just kind of tied around which set is going to be closest to that launch, and then try to wrap up as many things as possible before we go into the Nintendo Switch game. So yeah, these are the Pokemon distributions, and it seems like it could make sense. It seems like we might be getting somewhere with this, but I think it's just kind of weird that everything kind of fell in on itself, and then now we don't have the Solgaleo box until October, and October, that's cutting it close, and it just seems really out of place with the amount of sets that'll be out by that time, and the sets that'll also be coming in the future with that. So a couple things to note though is that the Pokemon Sun and Moon TCG that came out in December in Japan, February in English. We also had the Ultra Prism set, February, December. So we're seeing this with like new Pokemon games, new generation stuff. It doesn't seem like it's going to get in the way too much to have this release in October. Box will just have like a lot of older TCG sets by that point, unless they revamp it and put some of the newer ones in there, in which case we're just like having this promo card being massively delayed. But I don't think it's too much of a worry to talk about this when it comes to like the new Pokemon game for 2018, because we saw this with the Pokemon 20 anniversary. That Meloetta, that was a December event, and it was on the Nintendo Network. So you actually, even though Pokemon Sun and Moon was out and everyone was loving their new 7th generation games, you had to go into your 6th generation Pokemon game, connect to the Nintendo Network, so just go on to Wi-Fi in a previous generation and then receive the Pokemon that way. Also, Genesect event technically running into the 7th generation as well. So we've seen this with the official Pokemon events, and if this is because of the legendary Pokemon distributions and all the crazy things the TCG is going to bring us because of that, does kind of make sense, but it isn't the worst thing to happen for the Nintendo Switch. I just find it strange that like all of a sudden we have a legendary set into the collapse of another like promotion because of a legendary set. And things are... we don't know what the Pokemon Company is up to. I guess that's the best thing we can take away. Things are weird right now, but hopefully it should stabilize soon, and we'll have a clear picture as to what is going on for the future of Pokemon. So if you guys enjoy the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.